Vlad just went on Corey Holcomb's show and talked about Boosie.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Let's see what Vlad had to say.
You know that what you do is more than what you give more than most people give. I get it because you want to interview riveting people. Those Boosie interviews are fucking great. Anybody say it's not, they fucking hating.
Boosie's top tier.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I think we've reached the end of the road of that relationship. So, listen, I was paying Boosie $25,000, and he wanted $10,000 more, and it's like that's the profit margin. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And you got to think that in order to even make that money back, I got to fly to Atlanta, get a camera crew, and then we got to put out like 50 clips.
Yeah.
So my video team is working a whole month on this to try to make 30%.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where it's like I can't. If you want more money, then I can't do it.
I mean, Vlad, it's my opinion, man. You give more than the industry gives.
Yeah,
it's not an opinion, it's a fact.
No, listen, I've paid out. Like I remember I posted this once. I don't think people quite got it. I've paid over $1 million in appearance fees.
Would travel expense be written off as a tax? I'm just asking because Vlad did say, hey, he has to pack up his stuff. And I know that could be a headache packing up all your stuff, traveling to another state. Would traveling be an expense or a tax write-off? Just saying.
$1 million. I mean, it really started during the pandemic when all the stand-up comedians that I was rocking with were suddenly out of work.
Yeah.
I was like, they couldn't tour. So that's where I got the idea. Oh, Lunel was going through it at the time. This is something that I'm not exposing. We talked about this openly. And
They're still going through it.
Yeah. She's always going through it.
I'm just keeping it a buck.
Yeah, so I'm like, listen, I'll start paying you.
Shout out to Lunel.
TK, I started paying him, and it's like, oh, okay. This actually works because it turns into, as opposed to like, hey, do me a favor and come in, this is turning into a stream of income for both of us.
How do you determine somebody's worth? And
Well,
if you got somebody like a Lunel, but then you got somebody else that's not maybe at her level, how do you determine that?
Well, look.
The car they pull up in.
If it's someone that's been on my show multiple times and I see what the views are, I can sort of say, okay, like this is about the total amount of money.
So you can offer them.
And this is the cost, and I could offer them this and still have somewhat of a profit margin. If it's someone brand new, you kind of have to guess a little bit, but you can determine based on how big they are, based on the audience. But most people that come to Vlad TV don't get paid.
What initially drew you to like the urban community?
I mean, I've always been a hip hop kid. I grew up listening to hip hop. I was born in the same year hip hop was made, 73. So when hip hop made it to the West Coast, I was a breakdancer. I got into music really, really heavy. When I got to college, I started making beats and I started DJing a bit, and that kind of led into sort of my whole DJ thing. And when the mixtape thing started to sort of go away, and I won like mixtape of the year and I won all the awards, but there wasn't really a lot of money to go along with it. I was never this big superstar DJ that was making $50,000 a show. And I was like, okay, I could sort of do this documentary thing. So I just picked up a camera, and I was behind the camera because I was the cameraman. So I was asking questions because I was holding the camera. And that just became the style of what I do. So once YouTube came around in 2008, I'd been doing DVDs in that same style. I just transferred it over to YouTube. But it was that same behind the camera documentary style. And after a while, it just kind of became what I do. It's important, right, to have a platform, right? Because if you look at, for example, the back and forth that's happened between me and Aries and me and Boosie, they respond for free on Instagram. I go on YouTube, and my responses are making $10,000, $15,000.
You think I don't see that?
God.
See, everybody thinks I'm a dumb motherfucker. That's why I got so much respect for what you do, because no matter what the fuck we were saying, I'll be like, you know what? This guy Vlad turns money and the growth of his platform into conversation.
That just mean Boosie and Aries need to get on YouTube more. If he's making 10 to 15 bands off responding, bro, they may well capitalize off that too.
I'm here to do. Yeah. It's just I haven't mastered it like you have, and that's what a lot of people
crazy.
won't
Well,
fucking
I've been
admit.
doing it longer though. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing this shit for a long. I've been doing this 16 years. But
this particular podcast,
yes,
16 years.
16 years.
Really?
It's just I'm a road comic, so that's my main lick.
Okay.
Right.
But I see what this can turn into by watching guys like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that motherfucker turned that shit into that. You know what I'm saying? So I learn and I respect people that grab it from the rock bottom. I love people that grab it from the rock bottom.
When Boosie, like I wasn't going to talk about the Boosie situation or the Aries situation, but they went first and talked about it publicly. So Boosie was on a live stream and said, yeah, I'm not doing Vlad anymore because I asked for 5,000 and he wouldn't give it to me. So on the surface, that makes me look crazy. That makes me look like I'm cheap. Yo, we got this guy that did all this stuff for your platform. And so
Yeah, I was just about to say, bro, if it's about $5,000, bro, you can come up with $5,000. At least I don't want to count Vlad pockets, but at the same time, dog, that's Boosie, man. You can't come up with $5K for Boosie. Something wrong.
over 5,000, you're being petty. So I had to get in front of it and say, listen, number one, it's not 5,000, it's 10,000. He was already getting 25,000. And that in and of itself changed the whole narrative of how people viewed it, especially because it was the truth. Because then when he followed up, he said, yeah, I'm getting 25 and yeah, I feel I deserve more and so forth. So I'm not lying about it. So whenever things like that happen, I just get completely in front of it. I get in front of the camera and I talk about the whole situation. And then at that point, you control the narrative or at least combat the narrative. Because otherwise, people will tell the story for you. And that's kind of what happened with the Farrakhan situation, was that the whole thing was like Vlad lied on Farrakhan, Vlad lied on Farrakhan. It's like, well, it was a video, it was doctored, right? But at the end of the day, I see how it played out like that because I never said otherwise. If I had just literally got in front of the camera at that point, said, listen, this is what happened. Here's the original video. Here's the video I saw. If you look, it's got 5 million views still on Twitter. And I'm sorry, I apologize. My bad. You know, I think
totally understand.
It totally would have gone differently.
I get
It
it.
totally would have gone differently. So now, when I started going through this shit, because listen, I don't want to have a situation where it looks like everyone's leaving Vlad TV because Vlad TV isn't paying people what they deserve. And that's what people were trying to push. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, no. I've been overpaying people, right? I mean, Boosie had this whole thing where because I guess like Sean Cotton from Say Cheese said something about it. He goes, yeah, you know, he said something about Boosie. Boosie's like, well, Sean Cotton offered me 15,000 and I wouldn't take it. And I think he's mad about that. But even look at that. Vlad TV was paying 25 and it wasn't enough. The next kind of level of platform, best they could do is 15. It's not like Vlad's only offering 25 and everyone else is offering 50.
So Vlad went on 5150 with Corey Holcomb to say, hey, look, Boosie didn't just want 5K more. He wanted 10K more. He wanted to go from 25,000 to $35,000. Boosie priced himself out the game. That's basically what Vlad said. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Was it a smart business move for Vlad? Or did Boosie just have to do what he had to do? Like I said, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure you subscribe. We out.